I think I'm live. Hello, everyone. I have Rachel in the green room back there, and she's shaking her head, so I've done something right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Will Sullivan. I am your host of Wednesdays with Will Live and the founder of Aspiring Better Human. A little bit about me for those of you who don't follow me or know me. I created my own company, and it is called Aspiring Better Human based on the 150 million guests my teams and I welcomed over the years. And so what that means is I fell in love with my teams, I fell in love with my guests, and I am now trying to do something that I can share with a community. I love to build a team, I love to build a community. So today's topic, here we go. It's about your network. So in this very living room, I just used to have an audience of one. I wrote to myself. I started posting on LinkedIn, got involved in LinkedIn, like many during the shutdowns. And here we have 10,000 of you almost following me. It's just incredible. And I don't take that for granted at all. But today, our guest is Rachel Beck, and she's got more than 10,000 people who tune into her content. And we have become fast friends. And it is just something that I wanted to share with you because the intent here is to not just hear me talk about a topic, but I want to kind of invite you into my home, into my world, into my orbit to talk about things that inspire me and possibly inspire you. So now I'm going to bring Rachel in. So Rachel Beck, we're trying to keep this to a half an hour. The two of us may not be able to stick to that, so I hope you can hang along or just watch the recorded version of this. So Rachel, let me add you.
Hi.
Hello. I can't believe I have you in my home right now.
It is my honor and privilege, and thank you so much for having me. And people need to connect with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So before we get into the questions here, let's see some of our friends who may be showing up for us. There we've got our sister Cindy. Hey, Cindy, how are you?
Hi, sweetie. Hi there, Phil.
Phil is the greatest. Congrats, Phil. I loved your great news earlier this morning. It was wonderful to read. We've got my soulmate, my inspiration, Michelle. She's wonderful. Everybody needs to follow her.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Robert.
Hello, Robert. Great to see you. Great to see you. Oh, my friend Claudia, all the way from Lisbon. We've got Europe in the house. That's great to see you. Obrigado, Claudia.
Hi.
Hey, Christy. Oh, I'm leaving the next one up to you. Look who showed up.
Hey, Joseph. How are you?
It's last week's guest. He's amazing. We've got Suki, the most. Oh, London. Here we've got London. Joseph sneaking in again. Here he goes.
Hey, Joseph.
David Marshall. Osama. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, we got more love from Cindy.
Love you both. Love
what
you.
We'll do. Oh, we have Jesse. Jesse's got to be on this.
How are you?
So saying hello to some dear friends, some of them that we share. Let's get started. So thank you everybody for the comments. Keep telling me where you're coming in from, and I'll put it up on the screen. We've got another Rachel. It's a
Rachel love. Sending you big hugs. Okay. Rachel and I are gonna be. Rachel is a sister. She's a sister.
I think I followed her. I attended her Unmute Yourself on Monday. She's great, really great. So we're going to get started. You and I both can probably talk all afternoon and forget about time. And I want you to interrupt me whenever I'm ever going too far. The reason I'm thrilled that you joined today was because I'm trying to build this community and I'm trying to build this network. And so reaching out and commenting on your posts, and we've become friends, and don't tell anybody, but we're conspiring to actually do something in person someday, and we will. We're going to do it in person, not just streaming. But you've been so kind to me, and I so enjoy your content. But one of the things that resonates, and the people that I connect with, are always those that add some sort of value or teach something, and you're touching someone's soul, right? You can connect. You speak so well on respecting your network, how to connect. So for those that are tuning in today to hear this conversation, and I want questions in the comment, but what tips do you give people? Like how do you connect with people when you've got hundreds of thousands of folks to look after? What's a tip you can give us?
Thank you, Will, for your introduction, and I absolutely treasure our friendship. It really comes down to two things. You want to know the secrets? And I do tips for success every Friday. It's what you talk about every day. It is about, hi, sweetheart. Hi, Alicia. It's about being a kind, respectful human being. And that is how you're going to succeed on this platform. It's about being a giver, not being a taker. And that's why people are not succeeding. I see it every day. It's about getting out there because this is a community to support people besides yourself. And I spend a tremendous amount of time engaging with people. And let's talk about that. That's exactly how you and I met. You started showing up on my posts, and we started writing each other. Hey, what's up going on? What's going on, Will? And then we got on phone calls, and that's how we built the friendship. People are not succeeding because they're not engaging. And that is one of the biggest keys to your success on this platform.
And we can talk about it, and many people have talked about this, but you do want to build a network, right? You do want to build a community of people, like-minded people, and with this better than anyone else, billions of people who are on the platform, right? LinkedIn is just a platform where you can reach the world. And looking in the comments here, you're seeing people from all the continents. So it's wonderful to be able to connect in that way. Full disclosure here, but to comment on your posts, right, and your videos, that was intimidating for the guy who was just, oh my God, I only have 500 people. You get into the numbers, right? We all get stuck in the numbers. So how do you engage with this giant, this big person on the platform? And for me, you and many others, there have been so many kind people. The numbers just disappeared when it was this one-on-one, right? Yes. You just get to know people and you know who's authentic and not. What are some of the things that you recognize in the posts, right? Who's authentic, who's not, who's trying to just grab some spotlight from you? You know what I mean?
I can see through all of it. This is the thing that people make a mistake. People on this platform are highly, highly intelligent, right? And we can tell the difference when someone is being opportunistic versus being very, very real and authentic. And we can see through it, right? We can see through it. I don't allow people to use me. I just don't allow that to happen. And it's about the real friendships, right? You and I have a deep, real friendship.
Our souls reconnected.
Yes, absolutely.
Really, the comments are just going crazy.
Hi guys,
lots of love, and a lot of people that know you, Rachel. You know.
Hi everybody. Hey Shri, sending you love. It's my girl. She's my girl.
So I want to start asking the group here that's tuned in. I know you have the little loved ones. Yes, I love hearing it. So I want everybody to start asking their questions and just pop them in the chat, and I'll do my best to talk, breathe, stand, and run the control.
You're doing great, Will. Let's talk about it. None of this is easy to do. And that's the message I hope you and I get across today. It's not easy to put yourself out there on social media to begin with. Why? You and I both know the keyboard warriors. I've shared with you in private conversations the things that have been sent to me. So it takes courage and strength to be a content creator on this platform because all the things we deal with behind the scenes. So I applaud your courage to get up and do what you're doing. Is it easy? No, it's not. We put ourselves out there because you and I are very focused on positivity. We're focused on kindness, but we also deal with a lot that comes our way.
Right. And I appreciate you saying that because like I said, you start to post, and someone I'd worked with said, "Oh, you should post something on LinkedIn." And it wasn't just echoing what my job was, right? An exhibition or something that was going on or something that was in the press. To talk about something that I thought about or something that was personal just seemed all sorts of wrong, right? I started to do that, and some of the posts just started to get, a wider range of people. And through listening to your videos and talking to other people, you start to realize that's why we're here, right? You want to hear stories. You want to hear about people's humanity, and for me to be able to connect with a fellow human is something that is surprising in this experiment in the virtual world, because I couldn't have imagined that I could have been growing this. How I get super excited about the potential of growing this. And you said something to me earlier, and hopefully you can help me.
Sure.
I want bigger numbers, right? It isn't for vanity. I want bigger numbers because I have a drive to reach more people. And I have a drive to be kind, right? And, my kindness vibe. That doesn't mean that I've closed my eyes to the horrors of the world or that I'm blind to people that are suffering, but I have that desire to do that. So I think I got the courage to be able to do live and to participate, because what it is that I want to do is bigger than me. And I don't know how to describe it. You have the gift, Rachel, right? You know how to do this. And so what's the one thing you would tell somebody out there that might be like you or me that wants to do something that's live, that wants to connect? What would you tell them?
I would tell them this. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody needs you to be perfect. And that's something when we first got locked down 3 years ago, and people were, and that's, I felt it as an empath that first morning. And that's when I started the show to educate people. It is, you need to light other candles, right? And this is the thing, you and I talk about it. We all see people's comments. So, for example, when I jump on your post and I'm like, "Good morning, Will, how are you?" And I'm sending you.
It's real. It's real.
It's real, because of our friendship, right? So I go through your entire post because I love you dearly, and I look at the way people are speaking to you, right? And if they're kind, and I've never seen a negative comment on your post, which I applaud that for you because that's amazing. I jump in and I start connecting or following the people on your post. Here's a perfect example. That is
I love lives.
I know. Well, I think it's a FedEx guy. Sorry. My dog.
I see that there's some questions here in the chat. I will get to you, Shri. I can't believe. Let's see who else we can talk to. Oh,
sorry. There's like it's okay, man. There's somebody at the door, so he's barking the door. Okay, so he's protecting me, doing his job. So here's the thing.
Protecting mommy.
He's protecting mom. He's got one job. You have to acknowledge people's courage. Okay, Shri wants to know, what is the tips you would share when you're doing the engagement, posting content, not seeing the results that you hope for? Content. Are you consistent? Okay, like everybody in my network knows, I post Monday through Friday and I take off the weekends. So here's the thing. If you're showing up Tuesday at 10 o'clock at night and then maybe Monday at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, what is your content schedule? And let your network know about it, right? It's going to bark at it. Let your network know about it. Say, hey, because I was just discussing this with a good friend of mine, because people pop in and out. Right? So what your content schedule is, set it up. Your followers are going to come because they know, okay, Will is going to be here live Wednesday. This is his schedule. That's important. The second thing is, I'm going to answer other questions. Oh, it's hi, puppy. Thanks, Shri. Is what are you giving back? What is your value? And I was just discussing this on Friday. You have a network, right? Your network is there for you to learn from you. They are there from you to grow. And I can't tell you, and I see it all day long, people do not provide value to your network, right? And then they'll say, Rach, why am I not growing? Well, you're not growing because you're not providing anything to your network. What are you bringing to the table? You and I were just talking about the table, right? I tell my network all the time, welcome to the table. You are welcome to sit here, and it's an honor and privilege to have you. So the question is, what are you providing to your network? And I'll be honest with you, Will. I'm just going to say it. I see it all day long. Are your posts boring? People have very short attention spans. So, what are you doing to grab that attention span? What are you doing to hold it? Are you talking about the same thing over and over again? The people get bored and they're going to move on.
So I think one of the things that I've learned, right, you can sometimes post something that's quite simple and you get a reaction that's just beyond your belief. Then you could post something that you think is the most heartfelt, most brilliant thing in the entire world, and it doesn't get the reaction that you want. I have given up with the notion that whatever you will post will be whatever it is. If it's coming from my experience, if it's coming from the heart, if it means something to you, those that tune in and follow, it will mean something to them. And I think that's the authenticity that this platform, and I'm not paid by LinkedIn to say this, but the LinkedIn platform has been for me a wonderful experience. And I have been fortunate. I'm starting to get some negative comments here or there, but they're very rare. But for me, the experience it's been a wonderfully positive group of people. But the more people that will start to tune in, the possibly you get a little bit more. Can you talk about that? How do you deal? We want to share our content. We want to build our communities. We want to give value and hope to people. But how do you handle that tough comment or someone that's just kind of being that stalker or that
keyboard? How do I deal with it?
How do you deal with it?
I'll be honest with you. Well, first of all, like I block people. I have zero tolerance for that. I only ask people to be respectful and kind, and I will take them to the very, very top. Just like I'm responsible for the words that I put out into the world, whether I'm saying it or I'm typing it. The same goes for everybody else. People will, I've had people insult me in DM and then ask me for their help. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Right? It does not work that way. People are responsible. Every word they say, everything that they type. And like I said, just because people are posting, they're jumping around, they're looking, we're on our friends' post. So you have to ask yourself, how are you representing yourself? Are you the reason that you're not growing? Are you the reason because of your negativity? You'll never ever succeed on this platform if you're a negative person. I'll be blunt and honest with you. You'll never succeed on this network, on this platform, if you're attempting to bully somebody, you're attempting to put somebody down. How I deal with it, I'll be honest with you, Will, and I have a steel cage around me. It is the only way that I have survived social media. I have a soft heart inside, but I have a steel cage around me. My family asked me that because look, we'll be at dinner and I'll tell them some of the comments they got, and they're like, "Really?" And that's the other thing. Why did I start the show? To humanize social media. To say, like you said, people are obsessed with numbers. So it's like to say, here is Will Sullivan, number 200,000. He is a real human being with a heart and a soul. People need to realize that content creators have feelings, and that is something that people forget. It's shocking to me, and I'm kind of going to be discussing this on Friday. The way to do it right is imagine you and I are sitting at a cocktail party, right? We walk into a cocktail party, we're networking, we're having a good time, we're introducing people to each other. Don't say something on this platform that you would not say at a cocktail party if you and I were standing there.
Right. People are brave on social media, right? You wouldn't say those things directly to someone's face, right? That's right.
Yeah.
The comments just keep on coming in, and I'm getting the sense here that everybody understands the importance of just finding people that love what you do. Deb, earlier, let me bring your comment back. Absolutely, finding your tribe. Not everyone will love us.
Everything, Deb, the tribe is everything. And once you have that tribe, this is how it works. Once you find, because I'm a deeply loyal person, you know. So like, and I've been loyal to the people who've been with me from the very beginning of my journey, right? And that is really, really, really important. I had 2 people on this platform who believed in me before nobody else did, and I'm still very, very loyal to them. People, so remember that as you're climbing up that ladder, right? Pass that ladder down. Help other people. Nobody succeeds. I'm gonna tell you a secret, Will. No one.
No one's listening.
Okay. No one succeeds on this platform without somebody else's help.
Right.
Nobody. And that's why, yeah, it's life. That's why we say it's a community. That's why I say it's a family. So are you out there supporting this community? And if you're not, then you need to look and ask yourself, wait a minute, what am I doing? You know, you and I know, like I do these tips every Friday. Here's a perfect example. I've said to people a million times, stop dropping your posts in DM. Why? Because you and I use it for business. We set up meetings. It's everything we do. Yet people would still do it. And I'm like, okay, he says we have to have empathy for mean people.
I think how dealing with negative comments instead of just ignore, right? Because the people are tuning in saying, look how awful that person was to Rachel. Like being able to understand that balance, I would imagine. I think that's what you're
doing. I understand what Robert's saying about having empathy. Robert, I do get that, but some things are not okay. I've been called some really horrific names due to the color of my skin on this platform. I've been said, I've had to beef up security this year due to some scary incidences, and I've done it. I beefed up my security. So there's the other side of it too, right? There's certain things that just cross the line. I want to see people succeed. I truly, truly want to see them succeed. Did anyone else? Someone had a question.
Yeah, there's. I can't keep up, but there's so much that people want to know from you. Here's Rachel. Before I even met Rachel, I was on a call with a meeting planner who was hiring me as a keynote. Rachel was one of the other speakers. Great name. I guess that's what you, Rachel.
Yeah.
There was such enthusiasm to show up online. The power of showing up authentically is here. And both of you, Rachels, do that. I mean, it's just real. It's not packaged. And that's why I wanted to do a live, because I hate scripts. I'm horrible with scripts. And I like it to just be like we were talking about, the kitchen table conversation, right?
Kitchen table. And we're sitting around and, you know, we're having the conversation. Listen, some people want it. You know what I get asked a lot, Will? I'll wake up and there'll be a message. How do I become successful overnight? That is a common question I get. Can I be successful and get to 100,000, get to 200,000? And they'll say, I only spend 10 minutes on LinkedIn. That's never going to work. You have got to put the time in. And that is something that people don't want to do, right? The biggest content creators on this platform, we put the time in. You know that. You know I do 16-hour days. Yeah. So, what is too many people on LinkedIn?
Right, and I think that goes to what Michael is saying. That goes to Rachel's got a lot of people following her. Why don't I kind of bask in that sunshine? It's how I'm reading that one.
Yeah, and the thing is that I want to see people succeed, Will. I really, 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 truly do. But the question is, they have to ask themselves: do they want to succeed? Right. You know, do they want it? Do they want it bad enough? Every person who I've had on the show has talked about that. They do the work that is necessary. Some people want to do it, some don't. They think there's like some halfway around that they're going to get there. It takes a tremendous amount. And you have it, Will. I see you doing it every day. It takes drive. It takes determination. It takes getting up and hitting that ground running and doing the work that's necessary. Some people don't want to do that.
For me, and we'll get to Phil's, I'll be right back to you, Phil. For me, the work that goes into being on LinkedIn and engaging is the virtual version of what I used to do in my former day job. I love people. interacting with people, and I'm curious about people. So to be able to do it in this different format is really incredible because it's just widening the experience. And it does take a lot of work. There are plenty of coaches, there are plenty of people giving out tips. You cannot post and ghost. You can't, you have a brilliant idea and just post a couple of times a week, or even once a day, and just disappear. It's the interaction. It is the building of the relationships. It's incredible. Now I'm getting back to Phil. So,
Okay. Hey, Phil. Okay, I've been asked.
I was a career coach. Those people have been blocked. There will be people who try to steer us off course, but keep on going. Stay close to your inner circle and those who will support your vision. Absolutely. And Phil, I will continue to take your tips because you've just been so generous to me since I started doing all of this. Let's see. We only have 5 minutes left.
All right, so I want go ahead. I wanted to answer any questions people had.
Yeah, I'm looking through to make sure I don't miss anything, and I'm sure I'm missing a ton. Deb again. I spent an hour yesterday via LinkedIn Zoom with someone from Australia, and I'm now in the US. How cool was that? Yeah.
It is a community. I mean, you're going to build friendship across this whole world. And I want to say this because I know you only have like 15 minutes left. All right. The recommendation is everything. It is everything. I can't tell you how many times people write me and they'll say, Rach, what do you think of this person? Are they professional? Should I work with them? And I'm honest with them, right? They're reaching out and they'll say, I've had experiences. Be professional. Be professional. And I'm not saying things don't happen, things get rearranged, you have to, move stuff. I battled COVID for a week. I had to move everything the week I was battling COVID. And also just be empathetic, right? Be empathetic. You have no clue what people are dealing with. I've had 3 extremely hard years, okay? 3 very difficult years. So I always ask people, just be empathetic because you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on in someone's life. So for 1 second, just think about that.
We were talking about it, I don't know if I'm repeating, the Maya Angelou quote that we love, one of my favorite, right? People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel, right? And I probably don't have that correct. But isn't that what life and relationships are about? How many times do we fight with our spouses, our siblings, our friends? How many fights I've had with my husband, and I'm having a fight with him. I don't even remember why, right? But there's something that's there. That's what we do as humans. You feel hurt, you feel joy, you feel all sorts of things. So why wouldn't you show up on a professional platform like LinkedIn, right? How you make people feel is so important. You do that.
How you're going to be remembered. I'm sorry. It's how you're going to be remembered. I remember those people, right? I remember them. I'm like, oh man, perfect example, like how you and I were. It's like, it's how they make us feel. And I'll remember them and go, man, that person really, really made, I was just so moved by who they are as a human being. I'll tell you another secret, Will. I'm giving you all my secrets today.
Yeah, my husband's in the other room. I'll probably get in trouble for that comment about fighting.
I use my heart as a guide. Okay, I'm an empath, so I feel everything. If somebody raises the level of anxiety for me, or my heart beats like a little weird, I'm out. That person's not for me. I will take care of my mental health. I'll just do it. And that's something people need to do on this platform too, is they need to take care of people's mental health. There's no reason to push people. There's no reason to add more stress to people's lives. And I want to address one more thing. People show up when they show up. They're living their lives. Nobody's on anybody's schedule. Like everybody's doing their own thing, right? So people show up when they show up. And the less you add stress to their lives, the more you are making their lives easier. I promise you will. That's how you're going to be remembered.
Right. And I just, we're about at time here. The support that you've given me and support of so many of you on this platform has really inspired me. And I guess I leave a tip for those before I ask you for your tip. Just go out there, just do it, start, talk, engage, be you. And there are many people that just kind of, okay, be you, but it's true. Why wouldn't you just show up as your authentic self, just interact with the intention not to get something from it, but with the intention to build relationships, because that's what it's all about, building relationships. And I personally am nothing without other people. So having, a guest like you and having people come on to talk to the group just helps this community that we're trying to build here understand a little bit that you're doing what you're doing. I'm attempting to do what I'm doing, but everyone can do it. There's room for everyone, right? It isn't a competition.
Let's talk about that. That's right. You said the perfect thing. And by the way, you're not trying, you're succeeding. So I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
That's the other thing. Everybody's out there doing the best that they can, right? They're really doing the best that they can. So when you offer grace, when you offer that little bit of grace towards somebody, nothing frustrates me more when I have to show. Yeah, exactly. I had to show up as exactly Robert. You'll be surprised. I've done a couple of videos where I was crying because I had a really, really horrible racist experience and shared it with my network, the next day, and said, I was really honest that today is not a good day. This is what happened last night in my life. So you can share all that. People are going to support you. They're going to jump in. They're going to say, listen, I'm really sorry you had a hard day today. Not every day is rainbows and unicorns. That's some people like you and I have a positive mindset where we both know.
We're real. We screw up.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I'm a freaking human being. We all do it. And the reality is you don't need to be perfect. We don't need you to be perfect. No one wants you to be perfect. We want you to be you. And that's it.
Well, Rachel, I cannot tell you. We were joking earlier that we could be the C-SPAN version of this.
You and I can talk for hours and hours.
Hours, people just pop in, it isn't set. I definitely want to have you come back. I know you and I are conspiring to do all sorts of things, which we'll share out with our lovely, lovely people who follow us. I think of it, the word followers just isn't wrong. I love the word community. I just love the word friends, right? Because it's this whole world that I can't believe we get to play.
To do it. And that's what you're doing. We are trying there's somebody outside again. Sorry.
It's on the GPS, it's not FedEx.
Yeah, there's somebody outside. Okay. So we are doing our best, Will, every single day to humanize social media. That's what we're doing. And we're not going to quit till we do it.
Yeah, and it's just the last thing we'd leave the group with is that we want to do it on social media and love partnering with you, but we also want to do this hybrid. We want to do events in person because there's nothing. It's great to have the comments and it's great to do this on live stream. Being able to do it in an auditorium, to do it in a venue, that's where we're going. So that's another secret we won't tell anybody.
Stay tuned to see what
we'll do something soon.
Stay tuned. And I wanted to take a second and I really want to thank everybody who joined us today. We really, really appreciate it. I think I have the utmost and deep respect for Will. He has an incredible heart. He's highly intelligent. He is out there making this world better. So please, please support my friend Will. I'm proud of you. I remember when I first met you, when you first jumped on. And all of it, Will, takes a tremendous amount of courage. So I applaud your courage. I'm behind you 150%. And this is never, ever going to change.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for everybody who's watching this live and recorded. And we'll have to do this again, Rachel. I just love it. So kisses to everybody. Just love that.
Thank you, everybody.
And we'll do this again soon. Remember, every Wednesday, noon, New York City time. We'll do this again. Bye.
Bye, everyone.